Good afternoon. My name is Jessica Bland. I would like to share my community presentation with you. I chose to do my community presentation on Wayne Township in Greene County, Pennsylvania. I chose this community because it is where I live and I would like to improve the community for my children and the other residents within this township. As you can see, Wayne Township is a small, rural township bordering West Virginia. It holds much natural and rustic beauty. Wayne Township is small. It is south of Waynesburg, PA. The area is 39.29 miles of green grass, rolling hills, and small communities tucked into the ridges and valleys of the area with a population of 1,197 people per the United States Bureau of Census. There are domestic animals and livestock throughout the area. The air quality is fair and the water appears clean. Most lawns are well kept with landscaping completed by the residents living there. Residents in the area range from young to elderly and every age in between. There are not visibly homeless people present. However, some residents have reported through interview that there have been squatters over the years who quickly move on. The population is homogeneous. The primary race within the township is Caucasian. One interesting fact is that 2 Amish families have relocated to this area. After speaking with them, they came here in order to raise cattle and try to begin their own Amish community in this part of Pennsylvania. Background on Wayne Township includes religion, which is primarily Christian. It involves Methodist, Baptist, and non-denominational churches. There is hardly any difference in the ethical area. There are not any traditional healers noted. Wayne Township is in the higher range of middle class at best. There is only one company within the entire township. The brass plant, or Anderson's Fittings, located in Brave, is the only company in the township with 13 employees. As you can tell, most residents must travel outside of the township in order to work. Transportation is mostly by car. However, there is one public transportation business that runs Monday through Friday within Greene County and Monday, Wednesday, and Friday outside of the county to Washington, PA for specialist appointments and shopping for those residents using this service. There are numerous healthcare clinics available only by car outside of the township. There is not a healthcare clinic within this township. Home health care is present. Many residents rely on their home health care nurse to provide care and companionship throughout the week. This was per a personal communication that took place September 25, 2019. The economy ranges from low to middle class. Job opportunities within the township are scarce. There are opportunities in neighboring townships. The unemployment rate is above the 3.8 state average, and that rate is at 4.7%, per the Pennsylvania Department of Labor and Industry. Community perceptions. The people believe that the community used to have a closer bond and there were more community activities approximately 25 years ago per one personal communication. The neighborhoods need some cleaning. By cleaning, meaning the outside environment. One resident noted that an unsightly junkyard has diminished the superficial look of the community. There are no libraries, public parks, or recreational opportunities for residents. The increasing gas well trucks hauling water and sand to gas well sites have made secondary roads dangerous. On these secondary roads, there are not any center lines, and cars can easily be forced off of the road by the larger trucks. The heavy hauling trucks are also causing increased road slips and potholes. SWOT analysis. Strengths in the community include a country setting with minimal air pollutants and a strong sense of community. Weaknesses include limited job opportunities. Not all residents have access to city water. Some residents have well or spring-fed water systems. There are no public libraries in the township. There are no public parks either. There's limited transportation, and there's limited communication in relationship to cell phone and internet service providers. Opportunities for improvement within Wayne Township include exploring opportunity for city water installation, establishing community library boxes throughout the community, establishing events that would occur monthly, identifying how public transportation could be improved, speaking with staff at State Representative Pam Snyder's office in regards to establishing better cell phone and internet services in the area would be an improvement for the community. There is a criminal threat. Police stations are approximately 30 minutes away from the outskirts of the township. There's a safety hazard due to the increased traffic on the secondary roadways related to gas wells. There's a risk for decreased compliance with health care due to the long commutes to the appropriate facilities. And there's also a threat of childhood obesity due to the lack of parks and recreational activities. There is a risk for dental issues due to well water related to the lack of fluoride treatments within the water system. Healthy People 2020 states, a health disparity is a health difference that is closely linked with social, economic, or environmental disadvantages. The disparities of those living in Wayne Township were identified in the previous slide. To prioritize these by the Healthy People 2020 guidelines, health and safety would be one of the top priorities, with literacy and recreation following. Lack of fluoride in well water could be rectified by working with local dentist offices and schools to provide fluoride treatments for those that do not have access to city water. Increasing gas well traffic causing hazardous road conditions, contacting PennDOT and the township supervisors in regards to regulations in place for the size and weight limits of the trucks on the secondary roadways would help to improve the community. Distance from the police station to the outskirts of Wayne Township, it would be beneficial to speak with the police department about scheduling designated trips to the area. The lack of public libraries. Establishing outdoor community library boxes throughout Wayne Township would be beneficial. Requesting book donations from residents. Requesting material or monetary donations for the building of the boxes from the community members would be helpful. Lack of parks and recreational activities. Organizing a committee with the community to plan events on a monthly basis, utilizing resources and outreach through local churches within the township, and also the use of social media to request involvement and participation. Literacy rates. I wanted to touch base on this because going forward, I feel very strongly about reading. I enjoyed reading growing up, and I was blessed enough to have unlimited access to books whenever I wanted them. The National Center for Educational Statistics reports that 15% of Greene County residents are lacking basic literacy skills. There was not an independent statistic for Wayne Township. Outdoor sharing libraries can improve literacy through accessibility to reading materials. The University of Kansas School of Education states that when children are engaged in reading, they are engaged in learning. Outdoor libraries are a fun way to encourage children and adults alike to read more and improve their reading skills. Plan for Nursing 422. Per Anderson and McFarland, community health nurses in the future need to stretch their thinking to go far beyond traditional nursing practices. The community health nurse will continue to be teachers, advocates, monitors, catalysts, and enablers. Identifying areas where outdoor sharing libraries would be beneficial would be the first step within the Nursing 422 project. Identifying people who would like to donate to the outdoor sharing libraries. Speaking with those in other townships who have successfully set up an outdoor sharing library to get recommendations would be helpful. Communicating with Central Greene School District and making brochures to be given to children to identify where these libraries are located within the township would be a good outreach source. And the use of social media as an avenue for book collection and donation would also be helpful. Working with local businesses to establish resources for approximately 5 outdoor sharing libraries within Wayne Township is one of the plans going forward. Evidence-based practice, per McIntyre, Reitmeyer, Powell, Powers, and Petrosky. It takes intuitive sense that in order for children to gain skill in reading, they must spend time practicing reading. Theories of reading achievement of elementary school students emphasize the critical need for more reading practice for young children, especially children who struggle with reading. Equal time should be spent in other language activities as well, such as exploring and reenacting books, listening to books read aloud, and responding to books through dialogue and other activities. The outdoor libraries would be very beneficial in encouraging reading and improving learning skills. Please note the references cited on this slide that were used throughout the presentation. Thank you for your time.